Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of April 19th, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements. If you're not sure what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, Libra, keep in mind, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. The tarot card of the week reading is a message to you from source, a question that they want you to go within and think about so you can make a decision that is best for you and your life at this time. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Libra collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for the Libra collective for the week of April 19th, 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your tarot card for the week, the Five of Wands. What needs to be addressed in this conflict that has arisen? At the bottom of the deck, we have Knight of Pentacles. What situation in your life requires slow movement and determination? Okay. Why is the Five of Wands the tarot card of the week here for the Libra collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What needs to be addressed in this conflict that has arisen? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have Justice, we have Strength, and we have the Queen of Swords. Look at you. Justice is you, Strength, Leo energy, but Queen of Swords is you as well, whether you're masculine or feminine. Bottom of the deck, we have Seven of Pentacles. All right, let's get some cards on the table. There's something here you're holding yourself back from saying or doing. Tell me about the Justice card. Why is this here for Libra? Clarify the Justice card. One more shuffle. Thank you. Justice is clarified by the Five of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Strength. Why is Strength here? Why is Strength here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Strength is clarified by Five of Wands, the Moon, and the Page of Cups. Oh, don't do it. Page of Swords. Sorry. Page of Swords. Queen of Swords. That was the Page of Cups that came out. I'll go over these in a second. Queen of Swords, clarified by Knight of Cups, Two of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Stop. Bottom of the deck, Tower. Stop. Full stop. I don't mean to laugh if you're a cross-watcher watching. I have a Libra here who's fed up with a particular person in their life. Could be a friend, family member, or lover. I think you're making some type of plan here. You seem to be pretty determined to want to move on from this person. There are some choice words that you have for this person. I think you bottled them up over a long period of time. I think there may have been occasion during this connection that you vocalized them, you voiced them, but I think there's a lot more buried beneath the surface, and I think you are waiting for the opportune time to say them, and it looks like you're waiting for the exit to say them. And I think within you, it's causing some conflict, because there's a part of you where, like, you still have to, like, I don't know, you're entangled with this person, or you're still dealing with this person, right? This is the boss. It's just an example. This is the boss where it's really difficult. You've got your resumes and applications out there. You received the job offer. You've given your notice to work. You have 2 weeks, 4 weeks, however long that, you know, window is that you gave them to tell them that you were leaving. And it's like every day or every minute of every day that you still have to show up at work, even though, you know you're leaving, it feels like it's an eternity. And there's some aggression there that has built up over time. And it's almost like you feel like saying to this person, I can't wait till I'm effing out of here, or never have to see you again, or I'm with that other boss, I'm working for that other company. I mean, this could be romantic for some of you, and it's like you would very much like to tell this person, I can't, you know, there's something here about like replacing. Like, I can't wait till I replace you, or I can't wait till I'm with someone else. This is what you're holding back from, but it's causing a conflict here. So the way I'm looking at the cards, Justice is clarified by the Five of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. And this is what I'm talking about. You are leaving behind two cups. So there's some type of partnership here in your life that you have decided that you need to move away from, you need to disengage from. You no longer want to interact with that. However, Three Cups are standing. So you're moving forward in celebration. So there's remorse and regret for leaving the job, or the person, the friend, the family member, the lover behind. But there's also a part of you that's really excited or really looking forward to what life will be like when that person is no longer in your life because you've moved on from them. Knight of Pentacles, you're creating a plan, but it's a long time. Like, you have to find the other job before you could tell this boss to go F themselves. Like, you know, there's a plan here in place. Maybe you have to relocate before you tell the landlord, you know what, by the way, this place is a real dump. There's something like that here happening. It's with remorse and regret that I have to move on from whatever or whomever this is. I'm looking forward to the day when I can wash my hands clean of it. It's going to take some time, and I really have to hold myself back in that strength card. Is clarified by the Five of Wands, the Moon, and the Page of Cups. If I tell this person that I can't wait until I receive the new offer or start at the new job or am engaging with another individual, all hell is going to break loose in the Five of Wands. You've been holding yourself back. The Queen of Swords is you, and here's a little shadow aspect of yourself. Knight of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. This is like, I can't wait till I'm effing out of here so I can move on, right? Move on into the future. And that Two of Wands card, this is like, I can't wait till I never have to see you again, deal with you again. But the Eight of Swords, you're very much up in your head because you're like, if I say this, if I say this, one, I can't take it back is the feeling. Two, I'm going to have to then put up with whatever this person says in return. And three, I'm not ready to leave just yet. I'm not ready to cancel the lease. I'm not ready to pack up and move. The next shop isn't available for another 2 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever, you know. So I don't want to go that stretch of time without, you know, without an income, without a paycheck. It could be for some of you a separation. Tower, we've got that Justice card. The Empress, that's you, the Ten of Cups. Man, you feel like telling this part, my life's going to be so much better when I'm not here or when I'm out of this place so I no longer have to deal with you. So the conflict here, you have a conflict with this person. It's like you're biting your tongue, but it is causing a conflict within you. And that needs to be addressed. You can't allow the resentment or, I heard disgust. I don't know, maybe I have disgust for this person. Only take that if it resonates. But whatever disdain, disgust, resentment, you know, a caged in feeling, and that Eight of Swords, like I feel trapped. I have to put up with this shit until I can get out of it type of feeling. Sorry if you don't like cursing in the readings. I try not to, but sometimes it just comes out. I feel like I'm channeling your energy. So this is something that you have said to yourself or maybe to other people. Like, I don't want to put up with this person's, you know, crap anymore. But the conflict within you still needs to be addressed because it's causing unnecessary stress and burden for you. So let's get you a couple of cards on that. Can I get 3 cards on that? Because this conflict is internal to you and you're internalizing it because you don't want to make it external. If you confront this person or say this, then it causes, you know, wreaks havoc that you don't want to deal with just yet. One more shuffle here. Thank you. So that conflict within you, the Two of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. Yeah, I feel like this is whom you're moving on from. Again, could be a marriage, long-term partnership, political, religious, community group or organization. Could be within like the construct of a family dynamic. It could also be like within a friend group. But man, whatever it is, you're leaving. I mean, I have you here at the bottom of the deck. I have the Hierophant here coupled with the Ten of Wands. It's very difficult for you to put up with this energy. We'll call it energy because I don't know if it's a, you know, company or a group or just one particular person, but it's increasingly difficult. And I feel like you have to release this. Now, I don't know why when I saw the Seven of Wands, I thought of karate, which is so odd. I don't know if someone watching is karate, or maybe you're thinking of taking karate or something like that. But there's something that you need to do in order to relax because I feel like your emotions are up and down. Notice the Two of Pentacles in this deck. The person is standing on one foot. They're trying to balance. There are waves of the ocean behind them. Out in the distance, there's calmness, right? The boats are all leveled out in the horizon. And I feel like that's where you're headed. Like I could see myself in the future. I'm going to be very calm and steady when I'm out of this chaotic situation or, you know, out of this connection I no longer want to be part of. But until you get there, it's quite the emotional balancing act for you. And there's a release here that you should do. Now that Hangman, again, I'm not getting, I've never get these messages before. So I'm really tapped into one of you right now. I don't know if you have one of those inverting boards. Why is that coming to me? I don't know. Inverting boards are people kind of like, I don't have one. My person has one. I've never used it. But there's something here about like relaxing, meditation, napping. Again, with that inverter board, please don't go out and buy one. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in my head. But there's something here about needing to like let go and relax and release. But then with the Seven of Wands, I also got something of like physical, right? Because the Seven of Wands, this person is defending the Six of Wands. So I feel like this is you needing to release this pent up rage or this pent up frustration that you have. And maybe it is karate, maybe it is just exercise or going out for walks. But I don't think you bottling this up for however long you have to endure this. I mean, Knight of Pentacles to Knight of Pentacles, I don't know, maybe you have a 1-year plan. That's a long time, you know, to hold stuff in. So I think you need to look for different ways to emotionally balance yourself, to emotionally regulate yourself. I think this is a very emotionally dysregulating situation that you find yourself in. So definitely look for ways to emotionally regulate yourself. Look for ways where you can let go and relax and release, like meditation, yoga. And then that 7 of Wands, for others of you, you might need some physical exertion, like playing basketball, going out for a walk, going out for a jog, cardio, maybe karate. You know, I don't know. It's just, there's different ways that you can do this. You don't have to do all 3 of them, you know, but there are different ways where you can release. And I think that's what you need to do, is to release the pent up frustration that you're currently feeling. Because I think that if you could have left this already, you would have. So there's some reason, there's some obligation, there's some contract, maybe you have to go through a divorce. Like, I don't know. There seems to be like, there's a slow process with that 2 Knight of Pentacles there. So what situation in your life requires slow movement and determination? Getting away from whomever or whatever that is. And I see you doing that. But again, because you have conflict with them and you're not verbalizing it or vocalizing it the way you would like, it's creating conflict within you. So definitely try to address that this week, or at least that's something that source wants you to pay attention to. And it could affect your health in lots of different ways, you know, high blood pressure and tons of other types of ailments. I'm not a doctor, so please consult one. But I definitely would look after, I would look for ways to reduce or decrease that stress and tension. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice. The 4 cups, there's that 5 of swords and the 5 of wands. Wow. Bottom of the deck, 2 of swords. Yeah, which actually is the moon in Libra. So it's used. This is the first decan of Libra. So there's, and I'm also getting with that 2 of swords, you might not be aware in this moment how much stress or strain you're bottling up. Because as your sister sign of Gemini, I know that we can be very good at masking things because we're very good talkers, right? In terms of being an air sign. And so sometimes we can like, oh yeah, everything's fine, everything's great. And inside we're dealing with the 5 of wands, we're dealing with conflict or turmoil. There's something here for you about meditation, walks in nature, being alone. Again, I'm getting like that yoga pose with that person sitting under the tree. There's definitely something here about you spending time alone, quiet time, or creating time for yourself outside of this situation, environment, or connection, like when you can. Because, I mean, look what's building up inside of you. There's all this conflict and tension. These are some pretty sharp, bitter words that I feel like you would like to say to this person, or again, institution, corporation, but you've been holding back. And you have to hold back because right now you have to tolerate it, but you need to find some healthy ways to release it. Also, this is the 3rd decan of Cancer, and I definitely think it's affecting you emotionally, even if it's something you don't want to admit to me or to, you know, people in your life. It's something that you need to admit to yourself this week and start addressing by making some healthy choices on how you can release that pressure that you're feeling. There's a lot of tension here. There's a lot of strife. I'm going to just draw 3 cards. Just 3 cards for what I'm thinking. 3 cards for what I'm thinking. One more shuffle. Thank you. What I'm thinking is, when you finally do exit, what do you say? Hierophant. That's that institution, corporation, you know, person, marriage, contract, whatever. I was just thinking, what are you going to say? Hierophant, Death card, and 8 of Cups. I'm so glad this is over. Bottom of that, Queen of Cups. 2 of Wands. There's that 2 of Wands. Oh, and the Page of Cups. Oh my God, this, and then the 4 of Wands. This is like, I'm free at last. I never have to see you again. I never have to deal with you again. There's some pretty other nasty things that I'm getting. I'm not going to say them. I don't want to be demonetized, but on the way out the door, you will have the opportunity to say some things, if you choose to say them, to this person who has transformed your life in a good way, but also in not so good way. You're definitely a different Libra, or you will be a different Libra by the time you exit this. No longer someone that people will push around or take advantage of or use or manipulate. But I think the lesson was a hard lesson for you. And on the way out, you have some choice words for this person. So until you get to that day, until you get to that moment, find other ways to relieve yourself of that stress. That is what I have for you, Libra, for the week ahead. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.